prepared. Now it may feel like no matter how hard we work, it just won't be up to what we expect of ourselves. But please remember, you know what good teaching is. In your heart, you know what is best for students. We're finding ourselves in unfamiliar territory, but your ability to do right by your students in whatever situation has not changed. Take care of yourself and those around you this year. We will be more physically separated, but we will need each other even more. Our emotions are all over the mood meter, and we may not even be able to name them all. Ask for help. Admit your feelings. Don't be too proud. Check on each other and be the person who puts some pep in the step of another. We are surrounded by amazing Weston Public Schools staff doing important work. There's a lot we can acknowledge. Give that well-deserved recognition to another staff member. Let them know how grateful you are for what they did to make our schools amazing, or help make your job easier, or how impressed you are with something they did. We're going to need a lot of encouragement. And all those good things you'll be working to do to keep your students emotionally and physically well during this time, do for yourself and the staff around you too. Okay, I'm a quote person, so here's my 3 quotes. You can pick one or all, but I hope something resonates with you. Accept what is, let go of what was, and have faith in what will be. Sonia Rakadit, who's an author and motivational speaker. Let's break it down. Accept what is, not in a defeatist way, but realizing the things we can't change. Let go of what was. Don't forget it, but realize we can't do things just like before. Have faith in what will be. That's a hard one, but I'm taking it to mean that things will be different, but we need to have faith that it will be okay. Quote number 2, I did then what I knew how to do. Now that I know better, I do better. Maya Angelou. We can only do the best with what we know in the present moment. Cut yourself some slack. Quote number 3, attitude is the paintbrush of life. It colors everything. I've seen versions of this and one attributed to John Maxwell, but those words were on a poster at Weston Middle School my first year here as a teacher, and they've really stuck with me. To add to that, years ago, and I don't know how many of you are here long enough to remember, Weston teacher Chris Sidoli said at a convocation, surround yourself with positive people, or be that positive force. I'm not asking you to fake it, and we'll definitely have some less than positive moments this year, and that will be hard enough. Try not to make it harder. If one of those quotes doesn't work for you, pick a mantra for the year or a personal affirmation. I'm not kidding. Hurlbut teachers have already heard me say breathe and baby steps so many times. Here's a few choices for you, or you can Google. Breathe or stretch. Say it, but don't just say it, you have to do it. Or have faith, or let it go. Thanks, Elsa. Or ride the wave, or I am a warrior, or I think I can, I think I can, I think I can. Yes, that's a book reference. Or be present. We're going to have so much going through our minds. Be present in the moment. My new personal favorite mantra or personal affirmation I just learned yesterday. I heard a noise, a happy noise in the hallway at Hurlbut yesterday, so I investigated. It was Caitlin and Amanda. And when I asked them what was going on, they told me about the little girl and her positive affirmations. You can Google Jessica's daily affirmations. Go ahead, no one knows you're on your phone. You need to see this little girl in action, as there are some hand motions that go with her words. But she says, I can do anything good. I'm going to use that one this year. So thank you to all of you for what you do. We are better together for sure. A special thank you to all of those who have supported me and taught me and collaborated with me over the years. You've made me the teacher I am. Okay, so what do I want you to remember from all that I just said? Take a deep breath, really, right now. Pick your mantra or your personal affirmation. If you don't have one yet, use the little girls. I can do anything good. And do what you always do, taking the situation at hand and making it the best it can be for your students. Have a wonderful year.
Sharon, that was truly a keynote, celebratory, powerful because of how deeply connected you are to everyone here, your longstanding colleagues, and I gotta believe all the new staff immediately resonated with what you said. So ready, here's my mantra, be like Rodko, be like Rodko. You just brought us truth, you brought us patience, you brought us ideas, you brought us compassion, you brought us excellence. And I'm gonna personally also thank you because every time I thought about guest reading in any of the elementaries here, and I may not be good at it, but I love to do it, you gave me the guidance. You gave me the guidance. So everyone get your own mantra, but I got mine now. It's called Be Like Rodko. Be like Rodko. And Sharon, I could tell you had prepared text. I'm gonna ask you in front of 300 plus people that if you wouldn't mind sharing that prepared text with me, I'd love to post it and share with all our families. So next, and I said at the top, this is celebratory. It's a way to celebrate all of you. I had not seen what Sharon wrote, but she just underscored how much of this is a celebration of all of you, because when you're doing well, we do well for our students. So now let us turn to a video celebrating years of service. Some of you may have watched it this summer, but it deserves a repeat in front of all of you. So run the video, please, Mr. DeVito. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. DeVito, for helping us share that video. It was produced before Dan joined us. Actually, Craig Tonks, working with Jen Ryan and some of the other folks in the central office, put that together. And we shared it, I think, in early July, but we felt it was important to share it now with this theme of, as I've said already several times, celebrating all of you. So now let's shift to what's always a wonderful moment for us. We're doing it via Zoom. We can't be in the high school auditorium, but our chance to welcome our newest colleagues. And so I'm going to call first on, we need a new slide at this point. I'm going to first call up Ken Craw to introduce our new district-wide staff, and then we'll move right on through each building. And so if you can each just pass the baton, if you will, after you're finished. So district-wide, Ken, please.
Thank you, Bill. So we have several new staff members in the central office. Dan's next slide, please. So our new assistant director of PPS at the Hurlbut and Wyss schools is Maggie Corder. Welcome, Maggie. Next slide. Obviously, many of you have already met Dan DeVito, our new Director of Digital Learning and Technology. There's been no honeymoon for Dan. He's jumped right in, right from the start. Next slide, Dan. Tracy Edwards joins us as Director of Pupil Personnel Services. Welcome, Tracy. Next slide. And our newest addition to the PPS team, Patty Roscoe, who I've worked with previously. Wonderful addition. She's an interim assistant director at the secondary level. Welcome, Patty. Next slide. And Laura, turn it over to you.
Thanks, Ken. We're so excited to welcome some new team members to Hurlbut. Next slide, Dan. We welcome Katie Angelidis as a first grade teacher. FYI, Katie is a Weston High School grad. Next slide. We welcome back Linda Kanick as our art teacher. Thrilled to have you back, Linda. Next slide. We're welcoming Michelle Samoski as our BCBA at Hurlbut. Welcome, Michelle. And another first grade teacher, we welcome in Chanel Cerise. We're thrilled to have you, Chanel. Welcome to Hurlbut.
Good morning. Welcome back, everyone. I am so pleased to be able to introduce our new staff to Wyss and to the district. So next slide, Mr. DeVito. So first, I'd like to introduce Jen Burke. She's going to be our new school psychologist. We're thrilled to have her join us. Welcome, Jen. Next slide. We also have Daniel Douglas is joining us as a new special education teacher. Welcome, Dan. Next. And our new music teacher this year is Joshua Mead. Welcome, Joshua. And we are actually sharing Josh with the middle school. So he's only with us a little bit, but welcome, Josh. And now I'm going to turn it over to Dan.
Thanks a lot, Patty. It's a pleasure to welcome the new staff at Weston Middle School. Next slide. We're welcoming Bentley Callahan as our new 6th grade math teacher. Welcome, Bentley. We're also welcoming Jackie Colahan as a part-time reading specialist for us. Welcome, Jackie. And Thomas Petrahai will be joining us as a music teacher, filling in for Corin Soboleski during her leave. Welcome, Thomas. Next slide. I'll now turn it over to Lisa Wolak at the high school.
Thank you so much, Dan. Next slide. It gives me great pleasure to introduce Sarah Balusius as our new speech and language pathologist. Welcome, Sarah. Next. Alana Cross is our new registrar. Welcome, Alana. Next. Chris Gamble is our physics and project lead the way teacher. Welcome, Chris. Next. Another STEM teacher, Erin Lucia, will be heading up our project lead the way program. Next. Michael Parlanti is our new school counselor. Next. Paul Romilly is our new physics teacher. Welcome, Paul. Next. Cody Zante is our new counselor for the Center for Academic Support and Enhancement. Next. And that's it. And I just have to say that the majority of them are old enough to be my kids after having been here for 35 years. And now back to our fearless leader, Dr. McCursey.
Thank you, Lisa. Well, by design right now, for the first time since the beginning, you're seeing all of us across all of the Zoom. Again, this has been a brief convocation. It's one to celebrate all of you. I hope you see that theme. And you've already heard what my mantra is going to be. On the count of three, see who's listening, if you can say it, if you can remember it. 1, 2, 3. Be like Rodko. Pick your own, but that's mine. The other thing I'm going to say is I'm going to take a line from Sharon's remarks. I did not see them till I heard them. But the new staff who I chatted with earlier this week, is I had said to them, and I said a little bit at the end of the health and safety seminars, that you've heard me, those who've been with me for a while, talk about I look for joy. Yeah, I can seem very serious and somber and all that. I really, believe it or not, look for joy. That's what we're in this business for. But here's the new phrase. What's the skip in your step? What's putting a skip in your step? A little different wording from Sharon, but remember that in the midst of all of her wonderful message is there's so much there for us. And I really do hope we can share that so you can read it and study it. We can share it all with our families. But go find what puts the skip in your step and embrace that skip. Extend that skip, because we're going to need that in this incredibly challenging time. What I told the new staff was, as busy as my days have been the last several months, I had an interview on my schedule and I'd go, oh, they can figure it out. I'd get in the conversation and I'd get a skip in my step because of the incredible talent that wants to come here and work with all of you. And you've just visually met them. Many of us have interacted with them. You know, we put people through a lot before you're hired here. It's a very competitive place to get a job. But meeting them, chatting with them, and it was almost all of you as new staff, a few I didn't get to, it put a skip in my step. I said, my goodness, the energy here, the spirit, wanting to come here and work with you all. The other skip in my step, and this is now a repeat, President Reagan said, repeat, 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 if you got a good message. Well, here's the message. Our enrollment is up. Our enrollment is up about 2.5, 2.6%. We're an incredibly healthy, strong district. Like many, we've been on enrollment decline, about 1%. We are now up 2.6%. That's because families all over this region, tri-state and beyond, are saying, we want to be in Weston so our children can have that experience that Tony Pesco told you about. So have that as your big compliment, because they're not coming here for the central office. They're coming here for all of you. They're coming here for you as teachers, coaches, administrators in the buildings, counselors, social workers, the BCBAs, our music and art. They're coming for that. So focus on new wonderful staff. Focus on all these new students and families joining us. That's your compliment. Let that be your skip and your step. So go out, be like Rodko, and be safe and be healthy. And we will see you around campus. I'll be behind a mask. I'll be 6 feet away, but you will see me. Take care, be well, go forth, be like Rodko.